Hey everyone, Martin here. Remember like 6 years ago when this game called Five Nights at Freddy's came out? And the internet just blew up with tons of playthroughs and clickbait? Yeah, good times. And scary times too. Anyways.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Could you restate the question?
No. Anyways, FNAF. It's still going on to this day with new games filled with tons of characters, murdered children, jump scares, and my god, the amount of lore. And with that lore, there are tons of backstory and theories about it. And of course, there are songs based on those theories and the story. Great transition, right? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about today. This is my list of my top 10 Five Nights at Freddy's fan songs. Now, some rules before we get started. Number 1, I'm limiting it to 2 to 3 songs per main artist, since some of these artists have collabed with each other. Wait, that's it? One rule for this list? Huh. That's really it. Only one rule. Real lenient today, aren't I? With everything out of the way, let's start the night.
Settled in for your first night. Things won't seem how they should. You got no defense, and most importantly...
Heading back to the first game, We Want Out by DA Games starts off this list. While it was a surprise when this first came out, Will and the DA Games crew really know how to deliver the old classic style of songs, along with the guests they brought along for the ride. With a nice electronic beat and additional mechanical noises to add to the old feel of the song, which is fitting since it's based on the first game of the series. And the vocals really help sell the electronic feel, and the rap parts by JT Music and Denbo add a good flow to the song. Plus the bridge section with B Slick and Inu Trash are a nice calm break compared to the large energy with the rest of the song.
I believe we've met before. I'm supposed to tell you limb from limb. Step inside my deadly sin. I can breathe. The air is thick with dread, but now it's over, we can't ascend. We shall begin with your hand.
Overall, a great song with a great cast, but not enough to make it higher on the list. I still like it though.
You will be mine for eternity. Don't diss just like this, you won't be missed. If we had fought the words we want out, but his card is brought back to tragedy. Our doom is bright, lost in our life, and you're still alive. You can hide justified, but we will identify. You, we will ignite you tonight. I'm supposed to tell you limb from limb. Step inside my deadly sin. I can breathe. The air is thick with dread, but now it's over, we can't ascend. We're gonna higher bottom for you. We're gonna higher bottom for you.
Give me a clap. Gave me the clap. Alright.
There you are. Would you kindly follow me?
Taking the FNAF musical series to the home of Markiplier, Night 4 takes my number 9 spot. A bit more energetic compared to the previous nights, the song focuses more on having a bit of action from Nate distracting Springtrap while Mark is running from the puppetronics. With both Nate and Mark in the song, we've got some really good vocals from both of them, especially this one moment.
Wish I could say someone's there.
There's also a fair amount of funny moments in the video too, and a lot more when looking at the bloopers. But even with everything the song has to offer, it couldn't make it much higher than this. Also credit to my friend Des, who actually told me this was the best out of the main 5 nights. And when I rewatched it, she was right.
I guess it didn't.
Oh! That's not good.
You look hungry. Care to join us? For a bite? One of the sister location songs by JT Music, Join Us for a Bite, takes my number 8 spot. This one fits the category of FNAF songs I like to call sounds happy but is actually sinister. And with how the song is done, it really fits. The happy part comes from the instrumental, which has a bit more energy in the chorus parts, with a fair amount of dips into the more sinister tone of the song in the verses. And the lyrics sung by Andrea Storm Caden really add to the mixed tone of this song. And that last pre-chorus part really hits with the transition into the final chorus of the song.
We're only playing, just wanted to make a few new friends. You plan on staying, when you're with us the party never ends.
Overall, a great song, but sadly, it didn't have enough to make it much higher on the list. I still like it though.
I lost it long ago, you're not alone, baby. Can't wait to meet you, so join the animatronic family. We open real soon, try your best to hold on to sanity. Come get to know me, and you won't want to leave after tonight. Down here we're lonely, and we would love you to join us for a ride. And we would love you to join us for a
The show will begin momentarily. Everyone, please stay in your seats.
The last FNAF song made by the Living Tombstone, I Can't Fix You, takes my number 7 spot. I remember when this first came out, the transition of the intro of the song to the first verse really threw me off. And honestly, it took me a while to get used to it. But after that, it was a really great and dark song underneath a bright pink exterior. A song being more of a lament song from the animatronics point of view against Purple Guy, with lyrics sung by Crusher P that really makes it fit that perspective. A more serious electronic beat combined with the visuals and vocals really sells home that this is the animatronics getting revenge on the one who made them like they are. And while all of this is great, there's one factor I didn't think would happen until April 2019. Yep, the remix cover by CG5 and Chi-Chi are sharing this spot. A different tone compared to the original, with it being techno and slower to give off that more heavy feeling, with this version seeming more directly from Baby to Afton, making him aware and pay for the things that he's done. And with the really well done animated video, it adds a lot more feeling to the song. And honestly, this version is what got me back into the song, so thanks to CG5 and Chi-Chi for that. But even with both versions of the song, they couldn't beat the rest of the songs on the list.
Because I can't be her, made your mistakes and made me her. I can't fix you. I can't fix you. I can't fix you. It's because I can't be her, made me weak and made me her. I can't fix you. I can't fix you. I can't fix you. I can't fix you.
Begin audio prompt in 3, 2, 1.
everything starts somewhere.
Say, how would you like a bit of a promotion?
Promotion?
Yeah, I've just purchased a second store, but I'm, a little short-handed and could use someone to run the place.
You want me to manage a new Fredbear's Family Diner?
Well, we've actually changed the name.
Hey, I said the main 5 nights. That doesn't mean I can't include the ones that came before or after. In this case, it's before, or prequel. Well, with what is essentially the start of the FNAF musical series, Ground Zero takes my number 6 spot. It's similar to Night 4 with having high energy, but in this case it's more upbeat and optimistic than actiony and energetic. The story of the song follows Michael, played by CG5, through his journey of running a new Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, based, obviously, on FNAF 6 or Pizzeria Simulator. We go through the high, low, and funny moments of this song/story. Onto the song itself, it has a nice upbeat sound to it, as mentioned before, and with a bit of a genre change, I think CG5's vocals really fit it compared to Mark and Nate before him, who had more serious songs. And that last chorus really hits with the added background vocals and the video showing the rising success of the pizzeria. And with a nice calm long note at the end, it really caps out the song. But the video has a bit of a different tone of ending, so take that as you will. With all the song has to offer, it had a lot of potential to make it fairly high on the list, but it just wasn't enough to break the top 5. I still like it though.
What is with these stupid ads?
What are you talking about? I would totally buy that.
Fate is on the way to meet me here at Ground Zero. The stars are all aligning overhead. Something new is brewing for me here at Ground Zero. The future's at the threshold and I'm here at Ground Zero.
If you listen, you can hear them sing their song. A song sung from the poor soul of the puppet. We have, well, the puppet song at my number 5 spot. One of the more somber songs on here, with the piano at the beginning combined with the vocals of either Try Hard Ninja, Sail Your Love, or both, it really sells how the spirits feel being stuck inside the animatronics. Then the beat drops with more of a techno beat, with the additional children singing in the background to add more feeling to it. The song is a bit hard to explain into words, as it doesn't have too much in-depth story behind the song itself, but with all the lore within the FNAF series, this song can really hit hard, especially with the chorus. And while it couldn't make much higher than this, it's certainly top 5 material.
And I can give you back the things you had, but you don't have to do this on your own. Even if you never come home, you're not alone. You're not alone. You're not
Exotic butters.
Deja vu, anyone? My favorite FNAF song by DA Games, Unfixable, takes my number 4 spot. It has a nice electronic beat with some swing to it to give it its own sound. And the lyrics can really make you move along to the song. And when that chorus hits, we get reminded that any animatronics are out to kill you. And it's more apparent with that scream part midway through the song. Overall, the song is simply just a cool piece of music to move and sing along to, but it just couldn't beat the other songs left on the list.
journey is the end.
Well, the end for when this first came out at least. Anyways, what was supposed to be Nate's last FNAF song, The Finale, takes my number 3 spot. A nice rock song that goes through the first 4 games in the series, with unique tones and references for each verse for their respective games. From the start, we have a calm yet sinister tone from the lyrics, with the guitar and drums progressively getting more intense before the hit of the chorus, which I will go over last. On to the second game, the instrumental was more intense compared to before, with a faster rap-like part and small monologue from Nate. Heading into the third game, it brings it back to the calm yet sinister tone, but the lyrics make it sound more sinister, being from Springtrap. And when it gets to the fourth game, it goes right into a metal sound with hardened vocals to match the whole nightmare aesthetic of the game. The bridge seems to be some sort of reflection of the past up until the Nightmare Fredbear jump scare. A lot of rhyming. And then we get to the final chorus of the song, which has the name of the series in it while also taunting the main character of each respective game, Security Guard or the Crying Child. And even with all of that, Nate references the songs he made about each game in their respective verses. No More for FNAF 1, Mangled for FNAF 2, Salvage for FNAF 3, slightly more subtle than the others, and This Is the End for FNAF 4. Honestly, one of the most obvious. Had the series ended with FNAF 4, this song is a great wrap-up for the series. And even though it hasn't ended yet, the finale is still an amazing song to be in my top 3.
Help me count my teeth.
Nate's third most recent FNAF song to date, Count the Teeth, takes my number 2 spot. Compared to the other FNAF songs Nate has made, this one just has a more energetic sound compared to the sinister, sad, or metal sounds of other songs, which was a surprise to be sure,
but it will come up.
A nice high-energy rock song to really move along to, with lyrics that have a lot of references to voice lines from Ultimate Custom Night, Funtime Foxy, Ballora, Nightmare Fredbear, and Nightmare Balloon Boy to name a few. He even referenced the box from FNAF 4. Also, Nate hitting those high notes though. And the semi-final chorus is just so good after the bridge, then getting into the real final chorus which has that last part that really hits hard. Overall, an awesome song to really rock out to, but one song beat it for first place.
These nights you look, but you never seem to find a way to be put back together. I know my friends and I know that you're not one of them. I count the teeth right there. These nights you look, but you never seem to find a way to be put back together. I know my friends and I know that you're not one of them. Count the teeth, but the hair on that face. Well, these nights you look, but you never found a way. A clear way out of this place. So don't fall out behind these walls. Let me in, now you're never ever gonna leave again.
Now, before we get to 6 a.m., here's some honorable mentions. With one song by The Living Tombstone on the list, the rest had to be mentioned on here somewhere, even if it's an honorable mention. The first is pretty much the OG FNAF song by a lot of people, the second one is a great follow-up and a semi-recent meme, the third is okay but honestly isn't for me, and the fourth was probably my second favorite out of the 5. But sadly, these didn't have enough to make it on the list. My first DA game song I listened to, so I thought it deserved to be on here somewhere, even if it's an honorable mention. One of the multiple songs by Nate to be an honorable mention. Great song with a lot of emotion behind it, but it couldn't make the list based solely on the one rule I made. The second DA game song I listened to, believe it or not. Good song, but aside from nostalgia, it couldn't really surpass what was already on the list. Great song, especially with the remake and acoustic versions of the song, but again, the one rule I made prevented it from being on the list. Nice beat with the starring vocals by Will, and nice use of quotes from the original trailer, but it wasn't enough to have it on the list. Sensing a pattern here? It was surprising to see this after the finale, as well as getting Jacksepticeye to guest appear on it, but again, the one rule I made. Seriously, this list could have been majority Nate Wants to Battle songs if not for that rule. Good song, but I haven't heard it enough to have it make the list, so honorable mention it is. Since this was in the FNAF musical, via technicality, this is a FNAF song, but since it would be heavily questioned, it's stuck as an honorable mention. This will sound fairly familiar for some people. With the ominous and creepy tone, the song really hits hard, but compared to the other FNAF songs already on the list, it just wasn't a top favorite. Credit to the other main parts of the FNAF musical for a complete story, but I had to pick one out of the 5, so the rest are honorable mentions. A great song with a nice reference to Mangled at the end, this is a song I really would have liked to be on the list. But sadly, due to the rule I made for this list, as well as the fact that this song came out after the final set list, it had to be an honorable mention here. Putting this on here for a similar reason to the previous, with it being added after the final write-up of the list, along with being so new that the song hasn't even come out when writing this or even recording this. So future me will take over right now to give some thoughts on the song. Take it away, future me.
Thanks, past me. The song is a nice change of pace compared to previous FNAF songs Nate has made, with the verses being done in a rap form performed by JT Music, along with multiple references to past FNAF songs Nate has made in the lyrics. And the chorus is just a joy to listen to, especially the second one with the namesake of the song, the album, and a reference to Phantom within the lyrics as well. It's an awesome song, but as past me said, it was added post-final write-up and is too recent to be added on the list proper. And now, my number 1.
Just sleep, just dream, just sleep, just dream. Just sleep, just dream.
My favorite FNAF song by Nathan Sharp, and my favorite FNAF song in general, Nightmare, takes my number 1 spot. One of the 2 FNAF 3 songs Nate has made, one of them had to make it on the list somewhere, and lo and behold, it takes my number 1. Salvage is good, and an honorable mention, but I thought it would be easy to guess what number 1 was if that was there. Compared to the other songs Nate has done from the perspective of the animatronics, the crying child, or even the security guard, this song is directly from the spirits of the dead children stuck inside the animatronics. More of a lament type song of the children just wanting to be free, with having calm moments in the verses turning into a loud cry in the chorus. And that's not even mentioning the acoustic version, which still retains the sad lament tone, but really amps up the sadness part with how it's delivered. And while it may be a FNAF song, it works really well as an original song. I mean, give this song a listen and not think about FNAF, and it can get really deep. This song is just a large trip from beginning to end in multiple ways, so it no doubt takes my number 1 spot for my favorite FNAF song. And that's my list. Hope you enjoyed. Have your own opinion? Leave your favorites in the comments below. And until next time, see ya!